What's good, Caviar Club? Before we get into episode 1 of Spooky Season, I just wanted to go ahead and give a quick disclaimer. So during our recording sessions, mind you, we recording remotely, we caught a little bit of interference from some poltergeists, some ghosts, or whatever. But ultimately, it did cause some of the audio to sound a little distorted. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up because I don't want y'all out here thinking that Culture Caviar done straight up went ghetto. So enjoy the audio, enjoy the content, and check us out for episode 2, 3, and 4 of Spooky Season every Wednesday in October.
This is the number one podcast for black millennials, baby. You are locked into the Culture Caviar podcast. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. And now here are your hosts, OT, Brianna, and Jeron.
Oh shit! Why this man?
That was a really like sinister voice.
No, for real.
Come up.
I don't know how to change it.
Hey, well, welcome, Craig. Well, shit. Moment of silence for all the niggas we about to kill this season. With that being said, welcome to another episode of the Culture Caviar podcast. I am your amazing, wonderful, just great host. Oh, let me stop gassing myself up like this. It's your boy OT.
Fresh twist, and you just like
I know, like I done got this fresh retwist, and like I'm really cutting up over here. I'm really on some other shit right now. If you tuning in,
fall asleep without your bonnet on.
Damn, bro, you didn't have to come at me like that.
Definitely feeling way too sexy.
Way too sexy because I'm way too sexy for this podcast right now. So if you are tuning in, you are listening to the great voices of a returning co-host, Miss Bree motherfucking Anna. Is that what it says here?
Anna.
Oh, my bad.
Bree motherfucking Anna. That's what it is.
She don't want to be
right.
Bree Anna. And then joining us for this new season that we have coming up, a very familiar voice to the show. He joined us last season for the J. Cole frenzy that we had going on last season. It's my boy, one of my day one niggas, Mr. Jeron himself, bro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Snaps for Jeron. Snaps for Jeron.
Big Jan.
I'm here to give, another level of advice or just add my level of expertise to the podcast. So I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, y'all gonna love this nigga. He sound mad corny right now. Talking about some advice, expertise. Like, yeah, these people don't need advice. They don't need advice. They're great. They're already fucked up, so it ain't much we can do about it.
That's what they do.
So, guys, this is not the official season 2. I just want to let you guys know this is a very special project that we have going. Kind of had hit Bree and Jeron like randomly, and I was like, let's do some spooky shit. Because I love Halloween, and I'm sure you guys love Halloween scary movies too. So I think it's time for us to get a little spooky before we get started into season 2. What y'all think?
I mean, it's spooky all year for me. I don't care. It don't matter. It don't start in September. It don't start in October. It's all year.
Exactly. It's definitely get spooky on the 15th. But that's besides the point.
Oh, shit. Hey, man, we got Bree motherfucking Anna in the building. I got my boy Jeron on here. And we also got our nigga Craig. You know what I'm saying? Craig, why you popping in? Craig, a real nigga.
I don't know who Craig is, so I just...
It's a bot.
It's that nigga.
It's just
Hey,
I don't like insiders.
Craig, turn. That's Craig. Craig out here now. Oh shit. Anyways, bro. Hey man, y'all, it's spooky season, okay? So to start us off with oh yeah, if I didn't mention, this is spooky season episode 1, Paranormal Blacktivity. So to go ahead and get us jumped off, let's jump into a quick game of Would You Rather, but with a little twist, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and pump this out for y'all. Would you rather be locked in a house with Annabelle or the Nun?
That's kind of hard. Man, I'll fuck Annabelle up. Put me in a house with her. I promise you, I'll box her ass. I ain't fucking with the Nun though. I ain't. I'm not messing with the Nun. The movie wasn't scary, but if I were to wake up and see the Nun in my face, no, I'm gonna shit myself. But I
fuck the movie. But like, think about it. You locked in a whole house with Valak. Like, what can you do?
I mean,
for how long?
Annabelle. Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Shit. I don't know. I ain't think about the time. Well, how long y'all think? Well, how long y'all think y'all last in there then?
I'm lasting at least an hour.
Y'all be fucked up, bro. You look, y'all. If I go in this house and they tell me like, "Hey, we finna lock you in here about 3 hours with who you want, the Nun?" I'm like, "Ah, shit, man. Yeah, at least the Nun gonna be all out of my face, man. Annabelle be on that sneaky shit."
She could be sitting on the tub when you go into the bathroom.
Right, bro. Annabelle. Like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom trying to tie my dreads up and shit. I'm gonna look in the corner like it's gonna be something like just running across the room. Like, what the fuck? Like
this could be timeout. I call timeout.
Like, hey, timeout.
Next, she gonna hand it to you underneath the pantry.
Man, like Annabelle do sneaky shit. She gonna be like stealing the blocks to my phone chargers and shit, hiding them.
All the earring bags. You can't put no earrings in your
Gonna fuck around, be possessed by an extended car warranty demon. You gonna start calling you and shit. Jared, who you pick, man? Who would you rather be locked in the house with, Annabelle or the Nun?
For me, it'll definitely have to be Annabelle, because the one scene I remember from the Nun is when the old girl was like, "Mom, what's that?" And then she was at the end of the hallway. And if I turn the corner and see that, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's over with.
Because she's gonna walk into another room and I'm be like,
you got it. Another room.
You got it at that point, because I don't know where you at now.
I don't know what else I can do.
She might be in front, like, you know. I think Annabelle, I can keep an eye on Annabelle enough to the point where I can like, all right, now see, I know your powers. I know what you got going. Oh, I ain't really got to worry too much about you. If I keep an eye on Annabelle, I should be able to survive. Yeah, 3 hours. I don't know, bro. 3 hours light. I ain't gonna lie. 3 hours light.
It's light. Oh, this light work. This nigga looking like a life sentence. Like, it's nothing. I can do 30 to life for nothing, bro. This is shit. It's like, bro, I'm not fucking with Valak, man. Like, well, I'm saying I wouldn't fuck with Annabelle. I could be locked in the house with the Nun as hell. But it's like, if I would rather at least see what's coming after me, because she gonna pop out. She just gonna be outside, you know. Annabelle be on that petty stuff, and she gonna be trying to like spook you the whole time. Hey, that's great, man. Yeah, like you see Valak, I already know I'm gonna pass out and die anyway, so I'm not gonna be in the house very long at all. Oh, let's jump into the next one. I know us on here are track stars, but I think when it comes down to horror movies, we are all a little speedster when we need the chance. So, would you rather be chased by Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers?
Fuck Michael Myers. Let me just say that. I'm just gonna lay that out on the table right now.
What did he do to you?
On everything. I will walk side by side with Michael Myers because I'm sick of his shit. Like, period. Jason, I would probably run from Jason, but I'm gonna just stand right in front of him and be like, "What's up, bro?" Because I'm over Michael Myers. I like the franchise. I'm gonna watch the movies. I cannot stand Michael Myers is over to 80 years old. Why the fuck are y'all running from this nigga? Why? I hate Michael Myers so fucking much.
Oh wow, she has a lot of pent up animosity towards this man. All he ever did was walk. That's all he wanted.
That's my fucking problem, bro. Why are y'all running from a nigga that's walking? That is
It's
my
the mask.
problem. I can't. No.
Right.
No,
It's
fuck the
definitely
mask.
that. What is that? The Shatner? It's like Shatner or somebody. It's a really crazy ass mask. Very simple
Got a
though.
fake knife
It gets
and
the
a
job
mask.
done.
Y'all niggas scared of him. Jason got a machete.
That's true.
Really?
Jason is also like a world class athlete too. This man be like he be throwing spears and everything, man. He's like a five sport athlete. No, for real. He's like powerlifting and stuff, man.
Hey, how you squish a human head?
Just out
that's
there like
that.
Hey, Jason be on he be on Black Air Force energy, man.
And Jason be coming after people while they having sex. Like, that's a problem.
Yeah, see that's
like the worst moment.
That's sad.
Michael Myers will catch you coming out of the grocery store.
Yeah.
Jason gonna be peeking through the window while you getting your back blown out. Like, I can't do it.
You just look in the mirror, you're like, ah! You're like, dude, like, oh yeah, I'm in there, ain't it? And she's like, no, it's Jason. You're like, bitch, you calling me Jason?
It's just not a good look.
Now, bro, your head chunked off, man. So it. Y'all sick. Yeah, I think I would rather be chased by Michael Myers. Like, Michael Myers not finna throw nothing to like stab me in the back and then like you gonna know he coming. Like, you see him there. You know, Jason. Jason might just shoot me with a bow and arrow just out of nowhere. It was like, wow, like this straight up Hunger Games fucking with you, huh? Craig, what you think? Let me stop fucking with Craig.
Who the fuck is Craig? Who is Craig?
Craig is the recorder person. He recording.
Oh.
That's my for those listening, Craig is my producer.
Let's not record.
They gonna be like this nigga swear. All right, so fuck is Craig. All right, okay. Would you rather live in the house from Paranormal Activity or The Conjuring?
Paranormal Activity.
Definitely Paranormal Activity. Easily Paranormal Activity. I'm a bitch. I'm sorry. I'm not. The Conjuring, no.
They were just chilling in the basement. They were just trying to like get
That's it, bro.
The basement party. Like, man, we throwing a party down here. I know you sleep, but let me drag you out this bed real quick, man.
Let me drag you out this bed real quick.
Party going crazy.
Hey, let me tell you about your car extended warranty. Just dragging you out the bed and stuff, man. Like, just out of nowhere.
What about the Poltergeist house?
I was actually thinking about that.
That's a good one.
Poltergeist house, like, it was wild because they had that little clown in there too. And I was definitely afraid of clowns growing up. They had the little clown that was like pulling the little boy under the bed, man.
Yeah, the Poltergeist house. Nah, I'm not staying up in there.
I would be, and then they had little portals and shit around the house too. Like, you could just be walking to the bathroom, boom, now you're in the underworld. Hey.
Then all of a sudden you gonna hear is Carol Ann. What the fuck is Carol Ann? I don't know who that is.
Like, I don't know her. You kind of.
I don't know that bitch.
Just moved in.
I didn't do this stuff. What's this bitch? Yeah, and see, I couldn't stay in the house from The Conjuring, like, under no circumstance. Like, imagine you just walking and like all the doors to the basement just open, and then the demons just come out to play. The whole witch.
Oh, you thought this was your house? That's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy to me. And then I'm finna possess your child, and I'm finna possess your mama to kill your daughter, and now your daughter dead. Like,
and then the dog gonna die. Like, it's just
then you gotta kill the dog, cause but that's wild. Nah, Paranormal Activity house. Yeah. What's up?
When they played clap.
Yes, hide and clap. Like, y'all set that up from the jump. Like, no, like, as soon as they came in the house with that kind of energy, the ghost was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy. Like, they was like, this is easy money right here.
I'm the only person in the house. I promise you, I'm gonna set the whole house on fire.
Well, maybe your ass fat. Maybe, you never know. Like, you just walk around, clap, clappity, clap. Imagine that's probably like Meg Thee Stallion think her apartment haunted, but really it's like her ass clapping when she walks. Too much. All right. Hey guys, it's a new season. Like, we gotta turn it up. Like, I'm telling you,
this is the prequel.
So This is, but at least now they know what to expect. Like, it's no holds barred this season. Like,
It's hilarious.
so last question for Would You Rather. Would you rather spend 24 hours in a haunted hotel or a haunted mental hospital? So now instead of getting haunted by all of the people who were abused by their caregivers, now you're just being haunted by the death and spirits of like whores and sluts from these hotels.
I'm gonna stay in the Shining Hotel for at least a week. You think I'm gonna stay in like?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
you know,
not.
American Horror Story, the asylum. You gonna stay in the asylum versus the Shining Hotel?
No,
I would definitely stay in the haunted hotel because I mean, the people that's in the mental hospital, like some of them already have like multiple things anyways. So it might not only be a haunted personality A, but now you got to deal with personality B, C, D, E, F. You know what I'm saying? All of them is demonic at this point. Not gonna do it. I can't. Like, it's not gonna be my thing. That was good. That was great, man. Like, but I feel like the haunted hotel. Now you just being haunted by the housekeepers and stuff. So they gonna do petty shit like They not gonna make up my bed after I lay down. Like they're gonna do stuff like that. I feel like.
Have you ever seen the movie what's it, 1408 with Samuel
1408.
Jackson? That shit's scary though. That shit is scary. So I just thought about it. That whole
I need to revisit that movie. Actually, I need to revisit it. I watched it when it came out because it came out a long time ago, like 2007 or something. It was good, but like as I like got older, I was like, is this movie okay? So I need to go back and revisit it because I know it was a psychological thriller, and my young mind was not able to comprehend that.
It's a psychological thriller, wink, but it is definitely scary as fuck to me. Like the idea is petrifying.
I don't want to deal with none of that though. Like they was in that hotel like going through shit. Like, and isn't that the movie where it's like no floor, no 13th floor or something like that? Like, yeah, it's a lot of shit. I need to actually revisit that movie. But y'all, would you rather on some scary movie shit? I think that would be a great drunk game. Like, because I want to hear what other drunk people would say about this. Because it's fucked up.
If you're looking for golden finds at reasonable prices, check out Fool's Gold Thrift, where we have something for every style. www.foolsgold.com.
I like how we just spent like 10 minutes talking about white people horror movies and shit. So it definitely makes me want to go ahead and get into a little bit of Paranormal Blacktivity. So Paranormal Blacktivity, people, I wanted us to have a space to talk about our culture, obviously, and the horror film, scary movies. I said horror film. Is that porn? It's the scary movie films and black people. So Paranormal Blacktivity, that's what we're here to talk about. So to start us off, like what are some of the genres of like horror movies that you guys kind of dabble in? I know Jeron said I think you said you don't really fool with them like that though.
Well, no, it's just paranormal, like Conjuring, Insidious, and Annabelle and stuff like that. Paranormal Activity, it don't get to me, but the other ones do.
I remember when Paranormal Activity came out. Yeah, it shook everybody. Like I think it came out when I was in high school.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Terrified of that.
It was good though. Like I was young as hell, like when it came out. So everything scared me then. But at the same time, I was like, man, like this was like redefining for the found footage era. You know, like this movie is groundbreaking. Oh my God, I've never been this scared. I was like, this is real life too, Mom. This is real. This is real.
Yeah, this is based off of a true story. This shit happened.
This is real shit. It's some real shit right here, you know? So I definitely was a fan. I always been a fan of like supernatural movies, the paranormal stuff, like anything dealing with like exorcisms, demonic possession, stuff like that. Kind of, you know, tickles at your faith a little bit. That stuff has always like scared me, but it's always been interesting because I love the exposition they give in it and everything. So that's always been the genre that kind of reeled me in and kept me there. But recently, like as I've gotten older and I'm able to comprehend a lot more shit, psychological horrors and psychological thrillers are definitely like a gem if you have the will to sit there and understand every concept and plot in a movie, for just a thrill ride. It always has a twist. I love it.
I feel like it depends also on what scares a person. So
right.
petrified, if you, like you said, if you don't like your faith being shook, demonic movies are going to scare you. If you don't like the thought of something being under your bed, so it's like more horror, or if you don't like the thought of like life after death, ghosts are going to scare you. What I used to like the most was definitely like the demonic stuff. My favorite horror movie of all time is The Exorcist, and I'm talking like the 80s Exorcist, not no remake, no shit like that. Yeah, but now I don't like it no more because it's just like it don't sit right with my spirit. It really don't. Like whenever I watch it, I'm like, I don't need to watch this shit no more. But yeah, I'm a big fan of like the old scary movies like Rosemary's Baby, Poltergeist, all that stuff, because their resources was very limited, and for that to shape you today, that says something. But of course, I still love like the ghosts, like The Conjuring, Insidious, all of those. But it's different. Like the psychological movies, those, because that shit's more real to me. Like anything that fucks with my mind, I'm like, I ain't messing with that.
Yeah, definitely when you start tapping into those movies that kind of are like mind bending, or they leave you with a twist at the end, like those movies can definitely reel you in, but at the same time they can also miss, like if you're not able to like pay attention to them for real. And so I feel like a lot of people are casual movie goers, so you're definitely gonna gravitate more to like those jump scare filled movies, those like a slasher film or something like that. It's kind of hard to like be just a casual movie watcher and dabble into like psychological thrillers and stuff. Like it's different. It's built different.
Like 2 times to catch like certain little things.
Yeah, like and every time you watch it, you'll see something else. Like you'll see something new. Like I didn't even pick up on that. But one thing I noticed, like growing up, especially dabbling in scary movies, I didn't see a lot of black scary movies. I didn't see a lot of scary movies where the black person was the main character, centered around them, and them not having to like save a white person in a movie or something like that. I didn't see a lot of those movies growing up.
I did and didn't. Like, I get a lot of my horror likeness from my dad. So he showed me a lot, and he showed me a lot of the older films like Candyman or like Night of the Living Dead, things with certain characters in it, because he wanted to see like a representation of us. Of course, it was dying. I mean, they all died, but I still saw them, and so it was a good mix of everything.
Jeron, what about you? Were you exposed to like many black-based horror films or anything?
The horror films in general kind of missed me when I was a kid because I was such a scary child. What'd you say?
No, my fault. Okay. That was Craig.
Yeah, I was more Disney and cartoon based.
Oh, Disney.
My horror.
Oh, ABC family ass nigga. Yeah.
But I remember my dad would always introduce me to like werewolf films. So like Werewolf in London.
American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, and what's like the best one? Silver Bullet. I think that's what they call it.
Silver Bullet is like a classic. That's a Stephen King joint, ain't it?
I think so.
I think that's Stephen King.
Movie's trash.
Wow.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. Shit. Oh,
maybe
wow.
It's just
that you thought.
Okay. Well, I can't compare it to other horror movies,
that kind of shook me up, guys.
It's Brianna. For me, it hit different.
Right. Get it, bitch. Get it. For me.
I do love Stephen King horror movies though.
Oh yeah. Like you definitely gotta be a different type of person, like appreciate those kind of films and everything. So I did like, once I was able to start getting into horror films, I did want to like see black people in those films and not just be the sidekick. Like that's all we got growing up. Like, especially I Know What You Did last summer when Brandy, she was who was that? Jennifer Love Hewitt or somebody? She was somebody's like basically like they best friend. Like, come on now. We wait all this time to get a black main character, and now you a side bitch. Like, I mean, you're a side character. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I've been drinking wine. It's been a lot happening. But yeah, I never got a lot of those black horror movies growing up. But when we did get them, they felt low budget. Like it felt like a hood movie when we finally did get them.
Yeah.
But
no,
at the same time, what?
My favorite all-time favorite black horror is Tales from the Hood. It literally is a hood movie.
It's goated.
About hood stories.
It's goated.
The whole thing is literally iconic for the culture and everything. It's like the top black horror of anything. I love it.
Yeah, it and what made it so good was the fact that it played on what was happening in society at the time. You know what I'm saying? So it had the different backstories and things going on, but it was something from a realistic, satirical society point of view. Like this is stuff happening in this movie that we actually could relate to, that we physically see, like police brutality, corrupt politicians, stuff like that. Like it's like we see that every day, and this is not too far removed from what we have at the current time. Like at any point in time that you watch this movie.
Yeah, and it's also what scared black people too. So it's just like the whole thing is representation. Exactly. And if you ask any black person what scares us, those like the storyline and the things that happen in the storyline is like terrifying. And then you have freaking Daddy over here being a mortician. He's talking about, oh, the shit. Like, oh, you need the shit. Like the whole thing is like it's hilarious and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah, that's what you get with those satire based movies. Those movies that kind of play on what we're facing in the current times and things like that. Like with this particular movie, it kind of reminded me of like what we got with Get Out. Like you take an aspect of everyday black livelihood and you put in those naturally occurring fears that we get. And that's what makes that movie great. That's what makes both of those movies great. And when you think about it, the reason those movies did good was because it's black directed, black acted. It's for us, by us, literally. You know, so yeah, it's straight up horror movie FUBU. Like, because you might get a movie from back in the 2000s that might have been a black based movie, right? But it had a white director. You know, and so they're giving us what they think our image of black people is, or what they think our image of culture is into these movies. You know, you get those stereotypes that always come up, like, and that's hard to watch. So, do y'all think there have been some movies that actually represented black culture well in film, like in the horror film industry?
Definitely. Of course, you got Get Out and you got Us. So representation to be well is hands down Us. It showed like a black suburban family with like really no negative stereotypes. Like the only thing that you could say negatively about them is like the husband. He was like very much what's the word that I'm looking for? He had such privilege in his life, and it's like really like when do black people have privilege? Like besides privilege, but his like socioeconomic background, he was a little bit higher than other people. But other than that, you can't
okay. I was like, there's definitely black privilege. Like there's black privilege.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there is, but it's just like when you think of like privilege, you think of like things that were allotted in life. So.
So do you think that aspect of it kind of made that movie a little bit harder to relate to? Like the fact that this guy was seemingly quote unquote privileged?
Hard to relate to, no. Because you have I wouldn't say it's hard to relate to, because you got those parents that I gotta ponder on that. I don't think it's hard to relate to, but I don't know why it's not hard to relate to. I don't know if I could explain that.
It makes sense. Somebody goes through it. It's somebody's perspective. What about you, Jeron? You think there are any other movies that kind of represented Black culture pretty well in horror film, or at least horror? I mean, not horror. I'm sorry. At least Black characters in a good sense.
Black characters. Okay. Does Snakes on a Plane count as a horror film?
Absolutely, it's a creature feature.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Samuel Jackson definitely.
Yeah. That's a good one.
All he was doing was cussing out snakes the whole movie.
Ice Cube and Anaconda.
Okay.
Yes.
Because nobody expected Ice Cube to live at the end. It's like,
Absolutely not.
How y'all
Absolutely. I have a
cast
funny
Ice Cube?
story about that.
Man,
My mom. I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but my mom actually, her water broke when she went to go see Anaconda.
Yeah.
So, there I am.
When you're happy.
Hey. So if that movie wasn't as good as it was, I probably wouldn't even have been born on the day that I was born. So shout out to Ice Cube for that. I'm gonna email him about that. Any other movies? He a snake in real life. What?
I said you a snake in real life. So
whoa.
Huh?
No personal life on the pod, bro. No personal.
That wasn't me.
It was Craig. It's Craig.
Craig tripping.
Any other movies, Jeron, that other than like Anaconda or Snakes on the Plane? Because I fuck with Snakes on the Plane and Anaconda. Like two Black people done well.
Those were
And
good.
what about LL Cool J and was it Deep Blue Sea?
Deep Blue Sea, bro.
Oh my God.
It was like, hey, we gotta give LL Cool J his flowers for that because absolutely, because Samuel L. Jackson also died in that movie, like so
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. So I did not expect this man to survive at all. Like he in the water. He's in the water, walking down this long ass hallway with these genetically enhanced sharks. As a chef, mind you, this ain't no military nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Snaps for Jeron. He gave those are three.
Hey, yeah, I love it. Yeah, they're iconic. They should go down to like Black history for that, you know?
Yeah, no.
And for a movie,
that I watch when I'm bored of shit and I ain't got nothing else to do. Like,
and you're gonna be like entertained at the same time.
The whole time, the entire time.
Yeah, those are great, man. And so outside from Us, Get Out, some other movies that were kind of notable for representing Black people. Black Box. I don't know if a lot of people have seen that, but it was on Amazon Prime with Felicia Rashad. She was, I don't even want to spoil it, but she was a very intricate piece to that movie. Of course, you have Night of the Living Dead, a cult classic from the 90s, People Under the Stairs. It was either the late 80s or the early 90s.
Yeah, it was the 90s.
But it's OGs. Yeah. It's an OG. It's an OG movie. It definitely worth checking out. Man, I wish I could get into that movie a little more.
Got Antebellum when Janelle Monáe.
That was good. It was a sleeper.
I mean, it was good, but that was a psychological thriller that was absolutely terrible while like watching it, because at the end, concept.
That's why I say it's a sleeper, because it's one of those movies that by the time you get to the end, wish you had known all along, had known what the twist was the whole movie, so you could better like relate to the movie. Because Antebellum is about this woman who's seemingly on this planet. It's a slave movie, honestly. Let's just call it for what it is. It's a slave movie with a twist at the end that just came out of nowhere. But it also confused people throughout the rest of the movie with the flashbacks and the flash forwards in time. So this is a movie that kind of played two different mind games on itself the entire time. And so I feel like that movie would have been way better had it let you know what the twist was at the beginning, because a lot of shit would have made more sense. So Antebellum definitely goes on the list. I mean, other than like it being some slave shit, it was okay as far as like representing Black people, because they had some scenes in modern time that look pretty good. You have Candyman, the OG from 1992, and Candyman 2021 with creative rights to my boy Jordan Peele, who always does a phenomenal job. Like, yeah, great job. Something people didn't know about Eve's Bayou. Eve's Bayou is actually listed as a horror film, and I did not know that.
Yeah, I knew that. It's not something that I think is horror. I mean,
but that's because we're black.
The only reason they say that shit is because and
because of the voodoo,
because of the voodoo influence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! But no, it's not even scary. But it was whatever. It's not like. No.
But when you think about it, it's a suspenseful movie. You know, but because voodoo is a subject that is kind of like quote unquote taboo in the black community. It's like voodoo is one of those things in the black community where if you know, you know, and if you know, you steer clear from it unless you know.
Yeah, the only thing
like
that's really
voodoo, you don't touch voodoo unless you know voodoo.
Nah, you don't play with that shit. Oh, what about
no, for real
voodoo, like Skeleton Key? That's a good one.
I like Skeleton Key, but it was whitewashed. But I can't even say it's whitewashed because it's Cajun based in Louisiana. However, it had the black characters all along. Spoiler alert, people. I'm so sorry. Had the black characters all along, kind of driving the plot a little bit, which is really good. Mm-hmm. Didn't even think about that. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Another hood classic. Bones with Snoop Dogg. Are y'all familiar?
Yes. Snoop Dogg, Pam Grier.
I bet Bree ain't familiar. She's not familiar.
I am familiar, but it's not a favorite. So don't do it.
It's a hood classic. What the fuck? Anyways, we have.
All right, whatever.
We also have Leprechaun. Leprechaun was definitely a hood classic for the culture.
I love Leprechaun. Side note, I took a picture in some graduation shoes. No, my graduation pictures in some shoes. My friends called me Leprechaun. It was
yikes.
And I've never worn them shoes again.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and I love them shoes too. They're so cute, but I definitely like the Leprechaun.
That's terrible.
It is what it is. You know.
So when we think about like black representation in film, especially horror films, like what is it that you think you would like to see more of that could kind of like reel you into it a little bit more? Because like I said, a lot of black scary movies are hit or miss. You know, so what is it that you think we could do better to kind of reel us in a little bit more? Because Jordan Peele honestly redefined it. He redefined the genre for us, like for real. So what can we do to kind of like amp that up to other movies for us?
I think he's doing a pretty good job of it.
Mm-hmm.
At least for me. Like I said, I'm no horror movie aficionado, but I know for me, the representation that he presents is definitely good for the culture, and I can see just more of that moving forward. Mm-hmm. And then maybe no, I'm not too sure. I think that kind of is the base for it, the foundation of it.
But is it because he's just using black actors and stuff, or is it because he's actually telling like real black stories? Because
yeah.
Okay, so it's more so that, because like we've had some black scary movies that have just been ass. Like anytime I see Morris Chestnut, Michael Ealy, or like one of them finna be in a scary movie, I'm like, this finna be ass. Like, cause it's finna be somebody. It's finna be somebody that's crazy, stalking someone. That's all we get. That's all we get. They're stalking somebody.
I would definitely not want to see a Michael B. Jordan horror movie.
Bro, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That's
what I'm saying.
I also think that plays a big part in things too. Who you get to star in your scary movie. If that person is too big of a name and they're too known for another genre, it is very hard to take them seriously in a scary movie. I would not want to see Robert Downey Jr. in any type of horror movie. You're Iron Man.
No.
Stop being a bitch.
Yes?
You know what I'm saying?
Robert Downey Jr. would kill that shit. I promise you he would kill it. I promise you.
Like I said, it depends on who you get. And keeping it in a black realm. And to keep it in the black realm, Michael B. Jordan would not fit in any horror movie out here, like at all. Like, just no. You're Creed. Fight. Like, you're Killmonger. Shoot him. Like, what? Why are you running? Like, that's how,
I couldn't imagine Michael B. Jordan playing the killer. Like, I like this Michael B. Jordan. Like,
are you corny? Like, I'd be like, bro, you corny. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna kill you.
In one of those Texas Chainsaw movies, that was
he was in the remake. He was in the remake.
Terrible. It was.
Did he die?
You know, he probably died. I don't even got.
He's black. He's black. That's what happens. That's what happens.
Trey Songz. Could you see Trey Songz surviving a horror movie?
It's absolutely nice. You're gonna sing. Which one of y'all?
I was gonna say something really bad, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Oh, he's probably gonna try to attack somebody. He could be the stalker in the movie.
She's gonna
I was gonna say that.
As he does that in real life.
Probably gonna get killed because he's getting his dick sucked behind the house.
Wow. Oh. Okay.
All right.
Wow. So, just thinking about getting your dick sucked around the house.
How you gonna
Candyman was Candyman getting his dick sucked in the movie? Candyman did great as far as like representing black people. Like, you obviously got the main character as a black guy, but it didn't follow the typical race horror trend that we get. Like, older movies from like the 80s and 90s, if they had a black character in a scary movie, they were the villain, and they were always terrorizing some white woman. And if it wasn't a black person directly, it was a black person indirectly. The OG one was right, but she, the white woman, was in black people business, and that's what we always been trying to tell people. Stay in your race business. Black people stay in black people business, and white people stay in white people business. You know, so that white woman should not have been in Southside Chicago taking pictures, fucking with our spirits and ancestors. she was in Cabrini Green out there taking pictures and doing the most and terrorizing another black family. She chopped the whole dog head off. Did too much. She did too much. Aside from the black villain, white victim, I guess, there are other stereotypes that black people typically get in the horror films. So one of them I mentioned earlier was the black character as like the sidekick, and we talked about like them always, it's actually a term for this, it's the sacrificial black character, where they literally give up their lives for the sake of a white person in a movie.
No, Ashley, go. It's okay, go.
Oh, I got it.
No.
Baby. So the other stereotypes that we have, obviously, the token random black character in a movie. I was watching Midsommar today. There is one black guy that entire movie, and he dies. One black guy. And that movie came out in 2019. So he's dead. The one black guy. Those movies from like the 90s and the early 2000s, they stayed with the token black character.
And my favorite of like token black characters out of all like horror movies is Ving Rhames in Dawn of the Dead. Like the one of the newer remakes.
I was thinking about him earlier. Yeah, the one from like 2005.
Every stigma a black person could have in a horror movie. One, he was a police officer, so and it's just like people have issues.
Yeah, we should have known he was an op.
Police, exactly. And then he was like, "Fuck all y'all, I'm going to survive regardless." And technically he survived, but they get on the island and they die. Spoiler: if you haven't seen the movie, it's like 20-something years old.
Wow.
But
it's great.
He was definitely it's really great as hell. As far as remakes go, killed the shit. Mm-hmm. Went a long way from Holiday Heart to chopping.
Wow, you didn't have to do that, man, like that.
I got the bike, Holiday. I got the bike. Ving Rhames killed it.
That's fucked up. Oh my god. But so he definitely was like redefining for like that black side character role. He did not throw himself in danger for other people, other than the fact that he was a police officer. That was the only reason. Like Kelly Rowland and Freddy versus Jason straight up sacrificed her whole beautiful life for zero reason. Like, oh, baby girl,
I love that movie and hate that movie at the same time
because they really didn't know what they had. They did not know what they had. Like, that could have been a gem. Freddy versus Jason could have been a gem. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing. It has so much potential. And honestly, and I hate this, but like, I just every time I watch a good movie that's a classic, I'll be like, I can't wait till Jordan Peele remakes this. That's all I want him to do. He should just do the remakes. That's it. Like, I'm cool with him just doing remakes of all our old movies. Honestly,
some of them don't need to be touched.
If a good director touches it, it was supposed to be touched. If somebody does it well and executes, it was supposed to happen. You know, some movies just don't do that well with remakes and everything. Some movies don't deserve to be recreated, but we only feel like that if the remake is bad too. So
would you go see a Scream remake?
A Scream remake?
Yeah.
I don't really like Scream, so I wouldn't see it.
Absolutely, I would definitely. I would if they dropped one tomorrow, I would go see it. Depending on how it looks. If it's marketed well, if it's marketed well with more of a formula that the first Scream followed, I'd be okay with it. I mean, they kind of drug out the series a little bit because they ended up with like 4 or 5 movies. Yeah, so they did a little too much. But the MTV series they did a few years back was absolutely great for Scream. Like, it was great.
I had checked out by then.
Oh well, I mean, it's good. It's good because it really did play on like the real life aspect of if a slasher was here, you know. So it was good. I would go see one if they made one tomorrow, like depending on how it looks. Like if it looks decent, I'm gonna go see it.
I think a good remake would be Blair Witch Project, because
they did remake that. It was ass.
Oh shit, that's probably why I didn't see it. But like, because I feel like the old Blair Witch Project, it has like so much to work with, to expound from, and it was good, not great. But I'm saying, as far as like remakes, there are certain ones, like for instance, we mentioned the Poltergeist. The remake of the Poltergeist is absolute ass. So certain classics, leave Poltergeist alone. Like certain Stephen King movies,
but you feel like that because it was ass. Like the movie was bad. So if the movie was good, it was like, if it would have been like, why haven't they been remade this? Like, you know. So if it's a good movie, you'd be like, oh yeah, I'm so glad they remade this. You know, but if it's terrible and like just fucks everything up, like you're gonna be like, damn.
I mean, like, I wouldn't want to see a remake of Cujo. I'm sorry, I don't need to see a remake of that because like I feel like it's done perfectly. So
it ain't done. That movie ain't done perfectly. It's just the fact that they executed a crazy idea and it worked. Like Snakes on a Plane, for example. On opening pitch, that movie should not have worked at all. But it is a movie that if you love it, you love it. You know what I'm saying? Because it has a lot of good stuff that you can like fuck with in the movie. But from the pitch, hey y'all, we got an FBI agent, some snakes. Guess what?
And
on a plane, bitch.
Trapped on a plane.
3 words. Samuel L. Jackson.
That's all they
had to say.
That's all.
You could like, jam here. What do you
Samuel
need?
Jackson.
Anybody else in there?
Samuel L. Jackson. That movie would not work with anybody else. That movie would not work with anybody.
Imagine Will Smith being on there. Oh my god, no! Like
it'd be inspirational. It'd be how we should be. We should be friends with the snakes.
He'll give a speech, and then he'll have a pet snake, and then
he'll kill the snake by the end.
Yeah, and then he'll kill the snake, and then everybody
start
saying,
crying.
"Oh, why he killed the snake?" And then wait, it's just I Am Legend 2.
Then Fresh Prince of Bel-Air music gonna start playing at the closing credits.
Whoa, what kind of movie is this?
Jazzy Jeff come out the bathroom, and then this whole musical number.
What?
What is coming? He just gave up at the end.
Well, speaking of Will Smith, because Will Smith reminds me of like somebody that's like comedic. You know what I'm saying? He's a comedy relief type of person at nature.
Yeah.
So that's another trope that's in horror movies. The scaredy cat. They're the person that's like, I don't think we should go in the house. Like, stop being a bitch. Like, go in the house.
But the scaredy cat usually survives. I mean, most of the time. Either they kill first or they usually survive.
If they're a scaredy cat and a virgin, it's over with. I'm sorry. You're done. You're done.
That's tough.
You're done.
That is tough.
You scared and you like a virgin? Like, you're definitely gonna die. Sorry.
You can't.
Within like 45 minutes of the movie. Like if it's an hour and 30-minute movie, you're definitely down at the 45-minute mark. Got to.
Well, you're not wrong.
The scaredy cats, I almost used to think that trope was the most real for black people in scary movies. But one that I did find out, and I was upset, I was like, wow, this is real. This is literally listed as a trope for black people. The only character with common sense.
Absolutely.
I said, wow, like, you know how many scary movies wouldn't happen if the main character was a black person with common sense? We would not have half the movies we have now.
I mean, we still have the movies, but because like you still have those people that are common sense, but they're like, but we're gonna go down in the basement anyways. Let's just see. We know people chanting. Let's just go down there and see what's going on. I mean, regardless, you still gonna have those people that are still gonna go do it if you have common sense or not. It's just.
But that's it. That's if it's like something that's like that's like more so like reality. Like in real life, yeah. If a person got common sense, like they would still go. They might still go do the shit. But like in the theatrical Hollywood sense, like if the main character has common sense, how far would you really go into like a horror movie, like a scary movie? Like I think depending on the type of movie that could happen, but it's like that's why they can't be the main character. Because if it's a haunted house, it's a haunted house movie, right? The Conjuring. Picture a black family in The Conjuring. How far we gonna get? 15 minutes. That's it. We gonna get the opening Annabelle scene with Ed and Lorraine. We gonna get to that first. We gonna get to that first hide and clap with the black family. They gonna be like, nope, pack it up.
The little boy gonna come around like, Mom, I'm hide over here.
Jeron,
we getting out of here.
Jeron.
Get your dog. Get your Rottweiler. We gone. Get your pit bull. We get up out of here.
It's gonna be a pit. No.
Get your pit bull, and we getting up out of here. Your German Shepherd,
clapping that wardrobe all they want.
Like.
Clapping over my Jordans and stuff. What's wrong with this demon? Out of here! Get up out of here! So I was thinking, like, how can black people like? I know me as a black person. I want more black horror films and black scary movies, but at the same time, like the one thing that just pops up in my head is like, black people don't do this shit. We don't do that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you got that token white black person that hangs around white people. They do that shit. But like you said, the common sense of black people, we don't know. I'm not finna go to a fucking cemetery at night. I'm not gonna say Candyman in the mirror. To this day, I'm not saying Candyman in the mirror. The fuck?
Stop saying it. You done said it 3 times. Chill.
There's a mirror like right in front of my face.
Damn, you can see yourself though. You can see yourself like right now. Like you tripping. You wild.
Man.
Only time is gonna pop up in.
Right. It's like, fit us up with her. Like she.
I heard
wilding.
you looking for Candyman, bitch. Like what you?
Stop. That's the 4th time you done said it. I'm finna mute you. Like
Candyman ain't about to
chill. God damn it. Like oh my god. Well, she said it, not me.
It was on there.
Right, that's her ass.
That
ain't
is
got nothing to do with
legit,
this.
Tony Tyler was Final Destinations too, so he is.
He had to be. He was the only person that could be. I am the morgue. Yeah, I was looking at like some Tony Todd highlights from Candyman. Like, dude was absolutely legendary in that role.
I see like Tony Todd pumping gas. I'm driving off if I'm on anything. I just know it's a bad.
Yeah, he definitely traumatized the whole generation. Like he can't play any other type of role. He's got to be a scary person. A very
That's the only
mysterious
movies
person.
that he plays too. Like he's done interviews and he's like, I like to play in horror movies. Like that's just he's one of us.
That's also a trope in Black people's representation of horror movies. They are always the mysterious old person that knows everything. Like Loretta Devine in Spell. She did
I haven't
voodoo.
seen that yet. I want to watch it. I haven't
It was
seen it yet.
it was okay. It was okay.
I figured it was okay. I mean,
Jeepers, the old woman from Jeepers Creepers.
yeah.
Alfre Woodard in Annabelle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cicely Tyson,
And-
she was in Haunted Connecticut too.
She was in a Haunted in Connecticut too. Yep. Yeah, that's a thing. And it comes from white people designing these scary movies to fit what they think Black people's culture is. It's that mammy role. It's that nana, that grandma role. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's that wise old woman.
I wouldn't be mad at having that
She's
role,
not even gonna get messed up in the movie. She's just gonna get choked out. Like she's not even gonna get stabbed or nothing. It's gonna be like a subtle death, you know. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
I mean
poison or
the
something.
old Black person is like watching all the white people die while she's sitting on the porch. I'm not mad at it. So like, worst things that could happen. So it's just I'm cool with it. Shit. I'll be the old Black lady, whatever. I don't care.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna get involved.
I'm not gonna get involved. It's not my business. Right. She's like, I'm warning you. I'm warning you. Okay.
You take my advice or not.
And what'd
That's
be
up to you.
crazy?
But hey,
What'd be crazy is like if they not introduced like in the beginning of the movie, they always come in the middle when the main character is looking for solutions. It's always like, oh no, baby, your house on a whole graveyard. You shouldn't even touch all of that. You did too much. They always tell you they gonna tell you what to do, but they not gonna show up to help you. It's like you need to go sage your house. You need to bless it. Find the demon. Call out his name. You need to do all of this, but they not gonna be there. They not gonna be there.
honestly, when you mentioned Alfre Woodard, she was a sacrificial Black person. Literally,
She
jumped out of
was.
a fucking
She
window.
was.
Bitch, what is wrong with
Only
you?
for Annabelle to still haunt people.
And somebody baby, man, fuck that baby. That ain't my baby. The fuck, I don't
Fuck them kids, man.
fuck them kids. Like no.
Do you feel like one reason we don't have a lot of Black horror films is because like if they were centered around kids, the dad just wouldn't be there the rest of the movie? Like like in us is not realistic for how it would go. That Black man is not staying there with his kids. I'm sorry. Fuck them kids. Like I'm sorry. We uplift kings here. Shout out to Black men.
Codependence.
Shout out
Right
to
now,
Black men.
I don't.
Yeah, see, that's why they let the woman take the lead, because you know all this Black power, Black women femininity. I'm going to kill the people. I'm going to do it. Husband, you don't need to do anything.
Lead for 5 minutes and he fucked up because that's just
He fucked up.
fucked up. He had.
I feel like, but I also feel like that's realistic too. I feel like it's very realistic for a Black man. Like you hype yourself up, you got your baseball bat, your golf club. You like, about to turn to motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? And bro, you sprain your ankle. You sprain your ankle. 5 minutes of fighting the villain. Come on, bro. All done.
Why didn't he use his Wakanda powers?
You know what?
Oh, slaps knee. You're funny.
That's why some movies miss depending on who be in them. I don't want to see a scary movie with Morris Chestnut in it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'll watch it. It's okay. You don't have to watch it. I'll watch it.
But see, but they get typecast. They get typecast. Like you can't watch a scary movie with like Morris Chestnut or like Tay Diggs. It's like, bro, like what are you doing?
This the wood.
This the wood. Like, come on, bro. What are you doing?
You can watch a scary movie with Forrest Whitaker, bruh.
He's scary. He's the scary. He's the scary part.
Oh my gosh, I love him.
Oh,
the last king of Scotland. He was scared.
Very fearful. It's like Black Thanos. So, yeah, man, it's definitely hard to get those Black horror movies because back in the day they used to be too centered around race, and now the movies we're getting, they're kind of it's kind of hard for them to find a happy medium. Because we want to redesign and redefine what we get in the horror film industry. I want to see a Black family in a haunted house movie. But me as a black person, I know black people don't do that shit. Like, again, the movie will be over in like 20 minutes. If, like, black people just don't do that stuff. So that's why I feel like Jordan Peele really switched the game when he started telling the stories of Black America with a horror twist. It might be an isolated movie, but it's got a whole narrative that's depicting our culture.
Okay. Shit, I'm sorry. Delete all.
That was
Candyman. That was Candyman sneaking up on us.
You said it twice. What is you doing? What is up with y'all?
What, he said Candyman?
I said it twice.
Stop doing that. Yeah. All right.
I still got 3 more times.
If on this next episode y'all only hear myself on here, it's their fault.
I mean,
because they said that shit, not me.
Okay. Craig.
Yeah, all right. It's definitely Craig's fault. It's also that other nigga fault too. Yo, so bro, all right. You know what? At this point, guys. Oh man, y'all really done messed me up with all this black trauma at the end, because that was like my childhood trauma dealing with that.
Sleep with the light on tonight.
I sleep my lights on every night. I'm definitely afraid of the dark.
Me too. I sleep my TV on.
Oh my god. Before we start closing and making final comments and stuff, let me ask this. Let's say we do get this black horror film. Let's say we do have whatever we want to see in black horror, whether that's the black family in a haunted house or the black family dealing with dark magic and voodoo and demonic possession and stuff. Like, what are the rules for black people to follow to survive a horror film? Like, what do you think black people should do to survive these horror films? White people need to know how to write us if they're going to be writing all our movies anyways. Like, what do we need to do to survive?
Make a horror movie last with black people? That's hard.
Don't call the police. That's
number one. Mind your business.
Definitely mind your business. That's got to be number one. Black movie. To some degree, because we know
to a certain instinct. Because if you see a hitchhiker, black people ain't stopping.
Right, mind your business. Mind your business.
Like they'll get it. You know what I'm saying? If they don't, they'll get it in the next life. We're gonna pray about it. We're gonna move on.
Okay, let's map it out. Put a black person up against Michael Myers. Write the movie. Boom. Go ahead.
Okay. Is there music
up against Michael Myers?
Is there music? Does he get his theme music? Because he get more
powerful. Because if I can hear the theme music, I know to run. Obviously,
okay. Right.
Boom. Because niggas, it's 2021. Niggas walking around with a Bluetooth speaker, anyways. I'm sure Michael Myers has a Bluetooth speaker, so he's.
Yep. I'm gonna say,
for one,
Nike runners out.
Right. Be prepared.
Stay out of buildings, because he can just come through the wall regardless. I'm gonna say, stay in open fields.
So you can see him coming.
He can't sneak unless he just can't come from underground, and at that point he OP.
This nigga's oh shit. See, if it's too quiet. Yeah, it's like twerking and shit, ain't it? It's like a mega sagging on it. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, Benzino?
Oh, chill. I love my butter. So definitely don't run upstairs. I don't know what be up with people running upstairs. Is that the only place you can get to in the house, upstairs? Like, what are you gonna do?
You got a window with like an awning, and you can escape that window.
You know, black people can't be in haunted house movies because like it's not a hella ton of black people that have like big ass houses. Them haunted house movies be having like 8 houses and 4 bathrooms. Like, it's only rich ass black people that got that. I'm sorry, because me and my 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom apartment, we can't be in a haunted house movie at all. Like, haunt me in the living room and the kitchen. That's it. That's it. Ain't no corners in here, man. Like I said, the black man, 9 times out of 10, the black man is not with his kids, so it's just him.
I feel like you're projecting. You're definitely
Oh, that's probably why my dad left. He didn't want to be in a horror movie.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Be like
That's wild.
So aside from wearing good shoes and minding your business, what else y'all think black people need to do, like survival movie? Because I'm sure there's something else we got.
stay strapped. I mean, like I don't know why that's so
I
hard.
was just gonna say that.
Y'all was on the same wave. Stay strapped. A lot of niggas keep that fire on them. A lot of niggas keep that fire on them, as they should. Like I said earlier, don't call the police. Like if you're dealing with a ghost in your house, why are the police here? Boom, now you're a ghost. Okay, Black Lives
Now
Matter.
you're the
Black Lives Matter, people.
if it's a killer. I feel like you go to where your homies at. You gonna call your
You gotta
homies.
go to
If
your niggas.
they really ride or die. They gonna be like, all right, bro, we got you. Just come here. If you really chasing after you, we all gonna be like 10 dudes. Everybody, he got a 9, he got a 45, and then it's just, and then they just unload on him when he show up. If he brave enough to show up.
Hey, what you gonna do if like a black person is possessed? When your partner is possessed?
Well, every black
do?
person knows Pastor Johnson. Like, so I'm just gonna call Pastor Johnson. Like, he know how to deal with this. That's
Pastor Johnson might charge $20.
That's
I got
it.
$20 at the
All Pastor Johnson need is $20 in a case of Bud. Like, he good. Like, I can do the exorcism today. Like, he's over here like, fuck the Vatican. I got y'all. Like, you know.
Did you pay your tithes this month?
Oh, bro. Oh my God.
Well,
I ain't seen you in revival in a while, man. Your Aunt May ain't came to missionary in a while. What's going on? Like, it's like, Pastor Johnson, my auntie possessed, bro, and you sitting there asking me about tithes and offering right now. I got you next week. Handle this.
So what y'all trying to say is we will be hella trifling and stereotypical.
Absolutely. Because for one, the number one rule for black people about horror movies is to mind your business. So the fact that you done called me over here for a possession, you want me to come over here and do an exorcism? Oh, you owe me. You need the barbecue and everything.
If we make it out of this, I need bills being paid.
No, for real, I need rent, all of that. Like, I could have messed my car up coming over here.
We watching these drop a body down a pipe. Of course, we got to pull over. We have to. It's our civic duty to.
Unless that's my nigga. If it's my nigga, it's like, hey, what you doing with my mans? What you doing with my mans right here, man?
No.
It's wild. He probably gonna tell me too, like, oh, just fucking this nigga up. Oh, you got it, bro. That's your right. That's your right.
What's up?
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
Hey, stay up, King.
Right. Live your life, King. Man, yo, we had a lot to unpack here tonight, man. It's been great. I'm feeling the tingling for a little bit more in the spooky season. What about y'all?
Tingling. Ooh, you need to get that checked out.
Yeah, it's
about tingling.
Shower.
I'm excited.
Excited
for it. Candyman might pop up. That's 4.
Bro, what? Okay. Y'all, I love horror movies. As you can hear, I love horror movies. I love black people, and I want us to be in more horror movies. And I know there are more ways than just being the villain for a victimized white woman or a victimized person in general. I'm sure we can be the main character and still make it a good movie, even though 9 times out of 10 we don't do half of that bullshit that be happening in horror movies. I'm not gonna play with a Ouija board. Not finna go dance in a graveyard. Like, I'm not gonna do none of that. So horror movie shit just won't happen to me. Action movie shit, maybe, but horror movie shit just won't happen to me.
I'm trying not to do that thing that I did last season, so I'm just gonna stay quiet.
She doing it.
I'm not doing
it. Happened.
Nope.
So with that being said, guys, make sure that if you are tuning in on Spotify or Apple Pod or Amazon Music, just make sure to leave a like, a download, review, or even go on to the page on Instagram. It's going to be dropped at the end of the episode. Just make sure you go check out our old content. Stay tuned for new content because we got a lot of stuff coming up in spooky season and in season 2. So without further ado, it's your boy OT, and I got my boy Jeron, and I got the lovely Miss Brianna on here tonight. I'm sure they're going to tell y'all some lovely goodbyes, but as for me, I'm out. It's been great. What about y'all?
We finna fuck y'all up. That's what y'all don't know. We back with that heat for season 2. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell going on with her.
Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. We got a lot in the workings and a lot y'all need to be up on because we hitting hard topics, hard facts. So stay safe, be great. Love everybody.
I was going to say you giving them way too much to look up to. Like I'm like, bro, I do not be on that shit like that.
You've done better.
Yo,
You've done better.
I do great. We're gonna do great. This season is gonna be awesome, y'all. And so until next time, like I said, stay tuned for more from Spooky Szn. This is OT from the Culture Caviar podcast, and I am signing out.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Culture Caviar Podcast. Be sure to check us out on IG at Culture Caviar Podcast and Twitter at Culture_Caviar. Subscribe and leave a 5-star review as well. We'll see you here next time.